Hello, Kako. How are you folks doing? My name is Armando. In this video, I'm going to be talking about a little bit about the history of Lahaina. On YouTube, all I've seen in the videos that have been posted are all about Front Street and tourist shops and everything, and very little on the historical aspect of Lahaina. And I'm really saddened by that. But I'd like to change that in this video and show you a little bit about the history of Lahaina and what was lost in the fires of Lahaina. Now, way back, Lahaina was a historic whaling village, whaling in the mid 1800s. Okay? Now, it became a busy anchorage for the North Pacific whaling fleet. More than 100 whaling ships anchored off Lahaina in 1894. 400 ships per year 30 years later. Now, whaling ships arriving to Lahaina would purchase water, livestock, and fruits and vegetables like bananas, melons, pumpkins, and yams. Presence of the whaling fleet frequently led to conflicts with the Christian missionaries living there. The whalers really did not have the best interests of the Hawaiian people in mind. They were out to use the Hawaiian people as much as they could. And missionaries actually went there with a mission and a purpose to help the Hawaiian people. Big difference. Now, in this video, I'm showing you some pictures of the whaling ships during that period of time in the mid 1800s. So now, like I said before, that whaling period, at the same time, the missionaries came to Lahaina. So that was a missionary era also. A lot of the missionaries came there. Now, one of them was, his name was Hiram Bingham. And he came with his wife, Sybil. I'm showing a picture of them. Hiram and Sybil. Now, also, a very famous missionary came there was Dwight Baldwin. It was a Baldwin home. It's a museum in Lahaina. I'm showing a picture of that right now. That was burnt down in the fire. Now there is a high school called Baldwin High School on Maui. That was named in his honor. So Baldwin really established his roots on Maui. Now, I'd like to mention Edward Bailey, my great-great-great-grandfather. He came in 1837 aboard the ship Mary Fraser, and he came with his wife, Caroline Hubbard Bailey. They had five sons. The oldest son, Edward Hubbard Bailey, is where I get my lineage from. Okay, now, Edward and Caroline, they taught at the Wailuku's Female Seminary, I think for 8 or 9 years. Eventually, they ran out of funds, and then Edward Bailey purchased the home in Wailuku. So I go to that house and I visit it. It's called Halehoi Ike. My grandfather became a painter, a master painter. He used to do paintings of the landscapes of Maui, central Maui, beautiful landscape, and it's still on display there. So if you ever go to Wailuku, go to the Halehoi Ike, the Bailey house, and you see my grandfather's paintings. Getting back to talking about Lahaina. And now I'm showing some pictures of the Baldwin house in Lahaina. Sadly, that was burnt down. fire. And there was also another building sadly burnt down. That was the old courthouse. In that courthouse was a Hawaiian flag. Now that flag was ordered to be taken down in 1898 when Hawaii was annexed by the United States. Arthur Wall was the postmaster at that time, and he was ordered to bring it down. Now he kept the flag. The family returned it recently to Hawaii, and that was on display at the courthouse. I don't know if it survived. It probably didn't. Everything, all the contents in that courthouse were burnt down. I think just the outer side, the building outside the structure was left. That was the only thing that was still standing. Anyway, that's part of the history of Lahaina. Very, very important part of the history. Now, also another structure that was burnt down, sadly, was the Pioneer Hotel, and that opened in 1901. That was very historic. Sadly, that was burnt down. And I'm showing a picture right now of the Pioneer Inn. There are a lot of other pictures too, modern day pictures of Pioneer Hotel. Sadly, that hotel was burnt down. Very old. Now, also some other places like the Jodo Mission was burnt down, and I think it was a Chinese place, a museum was burnt down. But you know, the banyan tree, 150-year-old banyan tree. Now that was a gift from India. That is showing signs of life, and it survived. I think it will survive the fire. Showing signs of life and showing that's the only bright light at the end of the tunnel. No, so luckily that's I think it's fine. Now, my mother, Hilola Lloyd, grew up in Lahaina Town. She went to Lahaina Luna High School, or Lunas. And her father, Arthur Lloyd, was the Lahaina postmaster, 1915 to 1928. So my roots in Lahaina run very, very deep. You know, sadly, if my mom was alive today, she'd be devastated right now, heartbroken what happened in Lahaina, because that's the town she grew up in. Anyways, that's a very short history of Lahaina Town. I could go deeper and more elaborate details of what happened. In this video, I'm not going to show any pictures of shops, of touristy shops, and so forth. Sadly, French Street was devastated too. All those places were burnt down, but Lahaina became a tourist town, just like Waikiki. But that's not what Lahaina is about. What's important about Lahaina is the history behind it. Yes, those buildings were burnt down, Front Street and so forth. What's important is the fact that it was a part of the history of Hawaii. Kamehameha declared Lahaina the first capital of the Hawaiian Islands. Their history runs very, very deep. Sadly, the history will live on. Those buildings aren't here. History will live on. These are the kinds of videos you can keep that history alive. I'm not going to show you any tourist shops. You can see that anywhere else, any place else. Not here. You're not going to see that here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Mahalo for watching. Ahui ho.